Massey Show. And here's your host, Chris Massey.
It's a weekend night, I'm doing what I always do. Yeah, turn side to side, you're driving me out of my mind.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Massey and welcome to the Chris Massey Music Show here on the American Hearts Radio Network. We're coming to you live tonight from our studio here in downtown Atlanta, and tonight is episode 10 of season 3 and the 48th episode of the Chris Massey Music Show. We are glad you are all here. Al, my friend, how are you?
I'm good, man. How's it going?
I'm okay. Did you go on the road with the SOS band this weekend?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Yep, home of the Banjo Museum.
Now, were there any cowboys at the gig?
No. I saw some boots, though.
You didn't see some boots? All right, and how big a venue did you guys play out there?
It was pretty big. I would probably say, I mean, it wasn't a concert hall. It was a hotel ballroom.
Oh, okay.
But it was
great.
It was.
Did y'all solo, or did you have somebody else on the act?
No, it was just us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just us.
All right.
It was cool.
Okay. Very
We'll be in
good.
Vegas this week, though.
Vegas?
Yes.
Where at in Vegas?
Oh, the Orleans
Okay.
Casino. Yeah,
All right.
Orleans Casino. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking forward to that.
You better behave while you're out there.
Oh, man, see?
Mrs. Al will be jumping your ass.
Yeah.
So. All right, everybody. Well, if you don't know, next month we're going to be having a presidential election here in the United States. Al, this is the last show before the election. When we come back, we will have elected a new president.
Thank God.
You know, and it is getting so vicious out there, and I don't mean just between Trump and Hillary. I mean, like with people on Facebook. You know, you got people saying that you're an idiot if you vote for Hillary, and you're crazy if you vote for Trump. And the fact of the matter is that both sides are right. But there's only two candidates that we got, unless you want to get that libertarian guy who obviously didn't pass geography when he was in high school. Did you see that?
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
That's right. He thinks Syria is a pancake syrup. You know? So anyway, it's they got a debate on Wednesday night, and then they're gonna do their thing. And I know who I'm voting for, and most of you out there know who I am voting for. Donald Trump. He scares me to death. He just does. And Hillary is corrupt, and she lies. I ain't gonna say she doesn't. But when I go to bed at night with her in the White House, I won't worry about the world blowing up. He might get into a tweeting war with somebody from Russia, and bombs may go off. So I'm not really too worried about that. So anyway, that's where we're at, and there's a lot of issues that have not been talked about, like minimum wage and equal pay for women, and what am I leaving out here? Background checks for guns. These issues are not getting talked about because Trump is having to defend himself. Now, one of the things I saw on Facebook that I thought was funny is they got this thing, Al, and it says 40 years Donald Trump has been around beautiful women, and not one woman has come out and accused him of sexual harassment. Oops. Yeah. But the problem is, Donald, is when you get on national TV in front of 100 million people and you say you've never had any sexual unwanted advances toward women, and you say you've never done it, well, they're going to come out of the woodwork, and that is what has happened, and he's having to fight that off, right now. So let me tell you what's up with the Chris Massey Band. We're going to be at Southern Comfort on Saturday, October 29th for their big Halloween party there. We're really looking forward to that. And on November the 5th, we're going to be with the Western Sizzlers at the Star Bar in Little Five Points. November 19th, we will be back at Southern Comfort. And that's going to do it for me for the year. My wife likes to have access to me 100% of the time in the month of December. And I have learned over the years that is the right thing to do, is to not do that. So it'll be it, and we got some shows already booked at the first of the year, and we'll be cranking it right back up then. All right, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to have a little sports update, and then Kevin Jennings from the Western Sizzlers will be our guest tonight. Stick around.
everybody. This is Johnny Van Zandt from Leonard Skinner. You're listening to American March Radio.
Serving Atlanta since 1998, Massey Gutters understands the challenges specific to our area. Massey Gutters is familiar with all aspects of gutters and roofing. We use only the highest quality materials. With our fully trained and professional staff, you are guaranteed to get quality service and work. References available upon request. Call us today for a free estimate, 404-314-6800. Again, that's 404-314-6800. Call Massey Gutters today, 404-314-6800.
Smoker.
And I'm Rachel Jordan.
And I'm Moses Moe from Mother's Finest.
And you're watching the Chris Massey Music Show.
Hey man, you remember that time when you guys opened for Aerosmith? I do.
Man, that was awesome.
Me and the boys got the drinks going round. I ain't got no worries and the work's all done. And I ain't going home, I'm having too much fun.
All right, we're back. All right, let's take a little quick look at what's going on in sports in the metro Atlanta area. And I will tell you that next September that I will be debuting a sports show here on the American Hearts Radio Network. Really looking forward to that, but that will be that will be next year. This Sunday, our Atlanta Falcons played their hearts out and really got robbed on a bad call by the ref and lost to the Seattle Seahawks 26-24. The Falcons now stand at 4-2 and are in first place in the NFC South. And nobody would have thought that this was going to be the case. If you'd have told anybody at the first of the year you're going to be 4-2 after 6 games, we would have said we will take it. And so things are looking up for the Birds. They've already got half of their road games played, with 10 games left to go. So, I mean, the playoffs may be something that might actually happen. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets defeated Georgia Southern this past Saturday and now sit at 4-3 as the season gets into the second half of the college football season. Georgia Tech, that rushing attack, man, it's hard to stop when they get it started, and Georgia Southern could not. Now, on Saturday, the Vanderbilt Commodores came to Athens to play the Georgia Bulldogs, and this is a team that the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets beat 38-7, and they upset the Georgia Bulldogs 17-16. Let me tell you what, losing to Vanderbilt is the bottom of the barrel. You know, I have never seen a football team with so many white players in my entire life. You know, it looked like they were playing rugby out there or something. But anyway, they defeated the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs sit at 4-3. They got a week off and then the big cocktail party in Jacksonville with the Florida Gators coming up on October the 29th. In baseball, the Chicago Cubs are in the NLCS, and they split the first 2 games with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Al, did you know that the Chicago Cubs have not been in a World Series since 1945?
I'm from Chicago. I'm raised in Chicago.
Didn't you know that they haven't won one since 1908?
Trust me.
That's right. The last time the Cubs won a World Series, they were just starting construction on the Titanic. How about that? So anyway, that's what's going on. And when we come back, Kevin Jennings, we'll be right back.
Trapped in time, call it a pity, don't call it a like a star in the sky or the tide in the sea. There's nothing quite like it, and nothing will be. I love the women, I love the beer, I love the feeling I get when I'm here. Don't call me a loser or the devil I'll be, 'cause that's the rebel in me. As a matter of fact, and I know who I am, and I know how to act. Proud of what made me, and I don't give a damn who you think that you are, what you think that I am. Say I'm not wanted, say I'm unlearned, say what you will, I'm not concerned. Call me a wretch, call me a hoe, go call me something I ain't heard before. The devil I'll be, that's the rebel in me, that's the rebel in me. I'm a rebel, baby.
All right, we're back. You just saw the Western Sizzlers and the Rebel in Me from their new album 145 Go right here, and that is the single that they have off there and the video. My guest tonight is a songwriter, singer, and fronts the Western Sizzlers, and he also has a tribute band called the Pinups, a David Bowie tribute band that performed at Candler Park Festival just recently, and in his earlier life he found time also to be the road manager for the Georgia Satellites when they were in their heyday. Would you please welcome back to the Chris Massey Music Show, Mr. Kevin Jennings. Come on in, Fred. Come on in.
Cheers.
Have a seat.
Yeah.
Now, I was telling Al that you were on my second show. The second show.
The second show. Not the first. I wasn't good enough for the first. So. I made second. So
well, actually, Johnny Hibbert paid me a lot of money to be on the first show.
Oh,
good. So that's
good.
what happened there. But you were on the second show, and you were here that night with a young man named Joe Hall.
That's right.
Who was a country singer who is out on tour with Joe Nichols right now. So he's really come a long way since then. But you were on the second show, and tonight is the 48th episode.
All right.
So I'll try to have you back on before we get to episode 100. So anyway, so what's been going on with you, man? I mean, when you were here in 2014, you guys were fixing to go over to England and do some shows with Mick Ralph's blues band. So.
Yes, blues bands, right. Yeah, well, we did do that. It didn't quite go as quite as well as we were hoping, because Mick Ralph's is Mick Ralph's, and when I think of Mick Ralph's, I think of all the wonderful Bad Company records I own and the Mott the Hoople records. But Mick Ralph's Blues Band is a bit of a different thing. It's Mick and some old mates in Hawaiian shirts singing blues.
You know,
rock me, baby, rock me all night long, and that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Mick is one of the most tasteful guitar players I've ever heard. But but when I think of blues guitarists, you know, I think of Johnny Winter and Stevie Ray, and Eric Clapton, and people like that.
No, you know, obviously he sincerely loves the blues, and he can play the blues. But the Mick Ralphs Blues Band has been around a bit too long in England. They don't draw.
I got you.
Much at all, and it was a little disappointing. I mean, that's all I can say. We drew more people than he did because we're new, young, and exciting. But you know,
2 out of 3 is good there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, new and
exciting.
And young. Oh yeah, but yeah. So it was a good experience,
right.
A learning experience.
There you go. There you go.
My credit cards learned a lot.
I got you.
And I earned a lot lot of points.
Yeah, I've taken my band out on the road for a couple of weeks twice, and I have never come home with more money than I started with.
Right. Well, definitely don't get travel to Europe and with that. But you know, we did go and we made it. It was kind of the saddest thing about that whole trip was me and Ricky had to get on a plane the day after Ian McLagan died, and fly to England, and it was bloody awful. We shed tears on that plane together. It was, and I've known Rick a lot of years. I've never seen the man cry, but we were both just heartbroken. Ian McLagan was one of the greats, one of our good friends.
Did a lot of work on those satellite records.
But you know, just being who he was, he's just one of the most loved and respected players in the biz. You ask anybody that's ever met him or worked with him, he's just, and I'll always have that sad memory, you know. It's like we nearly didn't go because of that. It was like, you know, but then it was like, well, there was no refunds, and the shows are booked and this, that, and then somebody said the show must go on.
That is correct. So, that's what they say.
But yeah, so anyway, we did that, and then we came home, and then you know, steadily we've been making this record.
Now, for old time's sake, I have a copy of that, and I listen to it often. And I told you the last time you were on how much I think of that record. It's really good. And now, you got that record distributed over in England too, right?
Yeah. And I still actually have a distribution deal in Europe. And the release date is actually next week, the 24th.
For this, okay.
For this one, yeah.
So we're going to be seeing another tour to go with this record over there?
I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. Things would definitely have to be different.
Right.
But there's a couple of promoters. One, there's a great local band who I'm sure you know and admire, is Delta Moon.
Yes.
And Mark and Tom both were talking about this wonderful promoter over there called Enzo, and when they go to Italy. So he's very interested. He's actually been to Atlanta, and he's got a band of his own. We actually played with him a couple of years ago. But there's some talk of we may at least go to Italy with Delta Moon, because we did a show with them a couple of months ago. Well, that was the release party, as it were.
Yeah, I've had Tom Gray on the show, and they go to Europe quite a bit.
They do,
and got a good draw over there, from what I understand.
Yeah, they've worked hard. They've just been doing it regularly for a number of years, and once or twice a year. I know that they've focused a lot on Germany. They do well in Germany. Germany's a big place,
right?
Big market, So,
so tell me now on this record here.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the instrumentation on this record. Who you got playing on this record?
Well, it's the band now, which is as you know, the first record was kind of an accident and a collection of demos with
session players and
stuff. Yeah, my old pal Charlie Starr helped me out to record the demos in the first place, and then second session we brought Ricky in just to add some fun to it and so on and so forth. But this is the band that made this record is the band that went to England, which is Ricky Richards and Nicky Ford on guitars, Jeff Bakos on bass, and Mike Hammer on drums, and me with the microphone.
I got to tell you, I really like the way Nicky Ford plays guitar.
Oh, he's amazing.
Him and Rick together is deadly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting and a deadly combo. Absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I mean their style's very different, and Nicky, Nicky's kind of more 80s, but although well, he spent a lot of time in LA in the 80s, and that kind of, well, like Jeff says, Nicky brings the sizzle.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go along with that. The times that I saw you guys play.
Yeah, and on the record, I think he probably does one more solo than Rick does. Okay. He's terrific. Ricky pretty much takes charge of the rhythm, which he is the genius.
He can rock a band. Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no doubt. Now, so in the songwriting of this, Kevin, we talked about this before. You're basically coming up with the lyrics and the melody. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
And then you just sit down with a guy and and he just starts playing what you're singing, and that's how it comes to life, right?
Pretty much. It was either me and Jeff. Jeff Bakos up at his cabin in the mountains. Okay. We go up there and hang out, and if I've got things in my head, we can sit in the woods and he'll play guitar, and we'll come up with an arrangement. Okay. But pretty much I come up with I did write all the words. There's one song in particular on here that Ricky, it was a moment in time that exploded out of Ricky when we were rehearsing. Yeah. And we were just exchanging stories between songs, and Mike Hammer asked me something about the Crows, right? And it was like, well, that was when Charlie was a baby, Charlie being my eldest son, who was born on January 25th, 1990. Okay. Anyway, out of nowhere, Rick just starts playing this mad Irish kind of punk rock pogsy melody and starts singing "When Charlie Was a Baby" like a pirate, and we absolutely lost it. But it was born. The melody and the whole song. Rick
True story.
Well, that's the second version. It turned into the Beggar. I got you. Okay. I was in a McDonald's on Northside Drive with my good pal Mark, and we were having coffee one morning, and there's this young black fella walking around McDonald's with a brown paper bag begging for money. And he comes over to me and he looks at me and he goes, "You got $1, man?" And I looked at him and it just came out of me, and I go, "Yeah, I got $1, man, but I could use it too. I probably need my dollar a little more than even you. What Charlie was a baby." And it just, all the words just totally erupted out of me that moment. So it was like Ricky's moment and my moment, and we have this song which I think it's my favorite on the record, and probably Ricky's too. It's called "The Beggar," and it could be on a Pogues album. I got you. I did a pretty good Irish accent. And then I rewrote some words for the actual "When Charlie Was a Baby," which is a true story.
And you recorded this at Bakos Studio?
Yes, we did, at the Bakos Hit Factory. I got you. In Little 5 Points.
He gets a good sound out of there.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jeff, he's just, he's a real pro, and he's got good equipment, and he knows how to use it.
I tell you, I got I've done my records with Brian Stevens out at Bonzo Tune Studio. Great drummer, great producer. But there's a couple of tunes that I got that I would probably like to take over to Bakos Studio and see what I can see, and just to try to get a different feel just on a couple of songs that I got.
Well, Jeff's the man
to do that. So
he's made a lot of records over a lot of years, and now that he's moved from Ponce into the Little 5 Points, it's much more comfortable. I got you. And acoustically, it's more friendly, and he's just got a better space to work in, and it's a treat. And we, like I said, we don't spend weeks rehearsing. We'll spend a couple of nights getting them close. We go in and you record the drums and bass and a rhythm guitar.
Right. That live feel.
Yeah,
absolutely. Good way to do it.
Absolutely. Only way to make a record, really.
Now, we got a show coming up on November 5th.
That's right.
At the
Guy Fawkes
Night. The Star Bar. And once
sir.
again, I want to thank you for calling me up and asking us
pleasure.
to be a part of it. We're really looking for it. It'll be our first time at the Star Bar.
Yeah.
And, that club is not the easiest place to get a gig at.
No.
And so when you call, well, actually, Jeff Poirier, who's here in the studio tonight, he called me and told me, and I was like, yeah.
Right.
I'm calling.
No, it's, I don't think there's any room that's like easy to get a gig in Atlanta anymore because there's really not enough and there's way too many bands.
There's way too many bands, and when clubs get 5, 6, 7 bands that they know that's going to fill the cash register up, they tend to stick with those bands, which from a business standpoint is, that's the problem with the music business and everything is nobody wants to take a risk anymore. Really? Everybody wants the sure thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that.
And it's like in country music. Well, we've had 200 songs about dirt roads and trucks, and this guy's got another one that'll probably sell, because the other ones did too. So we'll be there on November the 5th. We will be opening the show at 9 p.m. and then the Hustlers will be on.
JJ's Hustlers. Yeah, okay. JJ from the El Camino. Sorry, JJ.
Right. And then you guys get on about 11 that night?
Yeah, that's we're trying to shoot for 9, 10, 11 because,
that's great.
We don't want to stay up too late, do we?
I got you. That's right.
No, but hopefully it's a no smoking show.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to try and do everything I can to pull weight as the headlining act and make it a non-smoking show.
Well, my crowd will appreciate that.
Yeah, well, all of our crowds will, I mean, we may get a few of the Star Bars regulars, but... they can go outside and never smoke, right?
That's right. That's right. That's the way to do it.
But
Kevin, thank you so much, my friend.
My pleasure,
and we'll be seeing you on November 5th. Kevin Jennings, everybody. We'll be right back.
It's Leon Smoker with Rachel Jordan.
I can't believe the networks make me go to this Kiss concert with you.
Well, man, sometimes I get lost. I have a hard time getting found.
Where'd you even find this car?
That dude that does the Batman show at 11 a.m. on Saturdays?
Oh, yeah, so he let you borrow it?
Well, sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
Well, I mean, my car broke down and I kind of sort of took his.
Well, did you ask him for permission?
No.
So you stole it?
Well, man, look, it's not really stealing, man. We're going to give it back to him after we get back from the concert.
It's unbelievable.
Now, look, man, when we get to the concert, I've got some weed in the glove box there, man, and I want you to put it in your purse and take it into the concert for me.
Have you lost your mind?
Oh, shit.
What?
Oh, man, it's the cops, man. Quick, get that weed out, man, and shove it down your pants.
I'm not shoving weed down my pants.
Oh, shit, here he comes. Play cool, play cool.
Hello, sir.
Hello, officer. Listen, man, if you pull us over because you think we've got marijuana in this car, we don't have any in here.
You were speeding.
Yeah.
Are you Leon Smoker?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm Leon Smoker. Yeah, that's right, man. And this is Rachel Jordan.
I've seen both your shows.
Hi, officer.
Man, you need to do a Black Sabbath review.
So you'd like to see us do a review of a Black Sabbath record, huh?
You can go. Slow it down.
Okay. All right, man. Well, listen, man, I really appreciate it. Man, that was close.
You're an idiot.
Officers require assistance.
We're back. For being a guest on the Chris Massey Music Show, my guest Kevin Jennings will receive a 6-month supply of Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat, a case of Turtle Wax, and our new sponsor, a case of Old Duel's non-alcoholic beer. Old Duel's non-alcoholic beer for those times in life when you only need to look like you're having a good time. All right, okay. So we will be back in November with Sharon Blackwood, who has a major role in an Oscar-nominated picture entitled Loving. She's been in movies like Sweet Home Alabama, Remember the Titans, episodes of The Office, and she is scheduled to be here next month, along with a young lady by the name of Juliet, who is a street photographer. Got some really cool stuff to look at too. And in December, the big 50th anniversary show of the Chris Massey Music Show. You want to be here for that? Leon Smoker's going to be here. Betty from Hoover, Alabama is going to be calling in. I think Johnny Scales will be here. It's going to be a big night. Yes, it is. So until next time, like I always say, always love your woman. Take life as it comes. And when you get the chance, have too much fun. We'll see you next time.